Barbie.
She's Mattel's super new suntanned Barbie.
And we're mostly into Superstar Barbie.
Totally hot, totally cool, totally hair Barbie. Six best friends, each one a star.
Generation Girl doll.
Which fashionista are you? Barbie girl.
A crew just for you. Barbie Fashionistas. You can be anything.
Ow, 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 ow.
Beautiful Barbie, I'll make believe that I am you.
You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Barbara Millicent Roberts is her name, celebrating 6 decades of worldwide fame.
No, I can definitely do better.
Some dolls might leave you shocked, but I hope it's because a memory is unlocked. Hello fellow doll lovers, Barbination here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another video with me today. My name is Arjen, aka Barbination, and what I do is I collect dolls, I play with dolls, I talk about dolls, and every now and then I give them a super cute makeover. So if you're into anything cute, sweet, and petite, definitely subscribe to get some lovely pastel glitters on your feed. Now let's talk Barbie. Here we go. So Barbie turned 65 this year, so what a great moment to look back at all the years of fabulosity we got from this girl. And you know, Barbie has given us so much throughout all of these years. She gave us pop culture, she gave us fashion, she gave us history, she gave us diversity, different cultures, and of course, above all, she gave us friendship. So in honor of this wonderful girl slash woman turning 65, we are going to look back at all of these amazing decades that she has been around, you know, to unlock some memories maybe. And I know there are a lot of videos out there talking about Barbie throughout the decades, but
None of them involve me.
so I thought it'd be fun to just go through the decades with you all and see what dolls we can uncover and, you know, might bring back some fun memories. Just a fun doll talk about our favorite girl, Barbie. We're going to look at all of the decades of Barbie. Just a side note, the majority will not involve collector dolls. I think the real, like, actual collector doll of Barbie only started in, I want to say the 90s. So the majority will be playline. It is impossible to, you know, to cover all of the dolls that Mattel released through the Barbie line. So don't be mad if your doll isn't in this whole, you know, full-on lengthy video. So let's see if we can unlock some memories, and let's start where it all began, 1959, the first release of Barbie. So we are starting at number 1, Barbie, the 60s. So we'll just grab that 1959 doll with the 60s era. Of course, the black bathing suit Barbie, you know, the most well-known Barbie out there. I think there isn't a single person on this planet who doesn't know what this figure is. She started it all, and soon after, when she became a hit, many more followed, and it really was a different tactic back then because most of the dolls, as you can see, have bathing suits or like really skimpy clothes, because the idea was to sell the doll cheap, but the clothes expensive, because once you have the doll, you want to dress her, so you have to get fashions. There were some dolls, of course, who came fully dressed. I think the 1960 solo in the spotlight was the doll itself and not a fashion pack, but also a very iconic doll. 1961, Ken came around the corner. Of course, Barbie needed that boyfriend because she had the whole fantasy of getting married. So who is she getting married to? She wants to maybe start a family life, things were a bit more conservative back then, so Barbie needed to be like this perfect girl and catch the man, and the man was Ken. And the man also being a meal ticket at that time. So yeah, Ken was important to be released. So then 1962 came the famous bubble cut Barbie. Now, I am not the most fan of this typical hairstyle. I know it was very, well, literally big back then. But I need my dolls to have long hair. I need to do stuff with it. So this bubble cut will not do for me. But I know a lot of the collectors of this era love the bubble cut. To me, actually, 1963 fashion queen, she is that queen. She has all these different wigs, and you could style her any way you like. I think it's just a brilliant concept to change up the appearance of your doll. So loving that. Then Midge came around the corner, of course, because Barbie needs her bestie with the swirl ponytail doll. I love the swirl ponytail. Yeah, because that frilly bang, is just, I don't know, it's cute and it's fun, but I really much more like the front piece, like slick back. So I really love that swirl ponytail variation. Yeah. So yeah, that's the early start of the 60s, where she kind of made like the base of her tribe, Barbie, Ken, Midge. I think also Skipper and Alan were also released in 1964. So yeah, that was really like the base of the whole Barbie tribe. You had Barbie, you had Skipper, who was a little sister, and then Ken, Alan, Midge, so they all could go on a double date. There were more possibilities to create in storylines and such. So the base is there. We head over to 1965, where the infamous astronaut Barbie was released. Now, this, I think, was a very important moment in Barbie history, because it showed that Barbie wasn't just a girl to be a bride, or to just be pretty and to catch that guy, to marry Ken and have a meal ticket for the rest of her life. No, Barbie was going to do it herself. Yeah. So she became like the #1 hardest job to become, which is a freaking astronaut. Yeah. She set the bar immediately, like way up there, and she went for it and she made it. So if Barbie can do it, you can do it. I think that's a very important message that they send out there. So I am living for this 1965 astronaut moment. 1966 was Color Hair Magic something Barbie. I love that they're trying to be creative now here with the hair play and the colorful vibe that they're sending off with this doll. I do think that the face could use a little bit of more softness, but I think the twist and turn Barbie from 1967 actually did that. Not only was she more, posable because of the twist and turn waist, I think they gave the face kind of like a softer glow and added those eyelashes. This doll, the 60s were just, they were so iconic if you look back now. Yeah, and of course the fashion, but the fashion alone of the 60s deserves its own video. Yeah. 1968, we saw the arrival of Christie and the talking Barbie mechanism. So they added like this mechanic, and you could pull Barbie in the back and then she would say different things. And with this, they also introduced Christy, which was the first Barbie of color, right? Am I saying this correctly? I think so, because there's, of course, the official first Black Barbie, which came in 1980, but I think she was the first doll of color, or was it that Francie doll? Yeah, now I'm confused. See, there's a whole lot in this Barbie universe, and if you really want to get it right, yeah, it's puzzling. So 1969 was actually not that much a big of a year for Barbie. I think the most notable thing for this year was the Talking Julia doll, which was a TV character. So they kind of went in with the pop culture. And they also, by this time, already did a celebrity doll. I think Twiggy, the British fashion model, was the official first celebrity Barbie doll. Yeah, so the 60s, Barbie was an instant hit. It was a success, and it immediately grew to very popular heights. So popular that they could include celebrities and had to expand quickly with, you know, astronaut, friends, family from abroad to create more dolls. So when you look back over all of the 60s, it really was to kind of like make a base for Barbie. Like, who is Barbie? She's a teenage fashion model. She's dating Ken. Ken has a friend who's Alan, who is interested in Midge, so they became a couple. Barbie then also has a little sister with babysitting sisters, because I think there were also like this Ricky and Scooter character and Tootie, which also had friends. So they immediately created like this whole family tree. And also Barbie needed some cute and fashionable friends. So we saw in this era Francie come up, Stacy was introduced, PJ, of course, and I think also a Casey, right? She was also from this era. Going back to Ricky and Scooter, they were friends of Skipper, but they were kind of like the miniature Midge and Alan version, if you ask me, because they were both, I think they were both gingers. Yeah, and Midge is too, originally. And they really have, to be honest, Tootie, that little sister, little sister, she freaking scared me. She looked cute, but her face haunts me in my sleep now that I've looked her up. But she was kind of like the Shelley / Kelly / Chelsea of the era. Yeah. And she had some friends, Todd and Chris. Yeah. So there you have it, the swinging 60s. Now let's head over to disco 70s. So the 70s, yeah, that was well, not a confusing era, but an era of many faces for Barbie. That's for sure. In this era, she had 3 faces, you guys. Yeah, 3. And we are still here after 15 years, waiting for Millie to change. Yeah, the 70s was a different story. So 1970 was, I think, this dramatic New Living Barbie. Was that her name? I think so. With a twist and turn face. And she was, I think, really extra posable also. Did she have joints in her elbows and wrist? So 1971, of course, the famous Malibu Barbie was introduced, the sun-tanned beach glam diva. So I think this whole Malibu beach vibe, this is the moment where that whole image and stereotype got stuck to Barbie. Yeah, because before she was just a teenage fashion model, but after Malibu being like sun-tanned, beachy hair, in Malibu, that whole image, that whole idea just stuck with Barbie since then. So new face, actually a lot more softer again and a little bit more sweeter. And this time she would not have this side glance, but she would look directly at you, which was the thing. She wasn't like, you know, shying away from the one that was dressing her. No, she was just looking like at you, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Yes, dress me. So 1972 was Talking Busy Barbie. the talking mechanism was just really popular. So whenever they could add that feature to a doll, they did it. At least that's my opinion. I see a lot of talking dolls back then. I think the whole idea of making a doll come to life was very appealing to kids back then. Her outfit looks just so colorful and so fun. And then 1973 most iconically had the quick curl Barbie. This line had a lot of cute dolls. Like all of the friends got like a different gingham style dress with different colors, but very similar. Yeah, so very cohesive, but different. I really like that about the quick curl. And I think this was the time where they invented that technique for the hair of Barbie. And then 1974 was Barbie's Sweet 16. Yes, of course, she turned 16 that year. So, of course, it needed its celebratory doll, which I think was the officially first celebratory doll for Barbie. I just love that party dress. It's giving me Southern America Sweet 16. Yeah, it's giving me True Blood. I don't know why, but it's, yeah, and it's very 60s. It's very country, but I mean, I am loving it. Yeah, so we're stepping into 1975 with the Olympic gymnast or Olympic winner Barbie Malibu, you know, her. She joined the Olympics, of course, and she won every gold medal there was to win. So she did all of these different sports, and I think there were also a couple of different sports related Olympic Barbie dolls that came out that year. But of course, most notable is this one. 1976, I think, was the first ballerina Barbie. Was that so? I was kind of shocked, actually, that this was the first one and that there wasn't one in the first lineup. Yeah. But she is very cute. And as you can see, they kept the older face here for Barbie. So it's not like when they released Malibu Barbie in 71 that they immediately stuck with that face. They kind of like went back and forth with the Malibu face and the older face for Barbie. Yeah. And I added a picture of the box here because this was the first time around we really saw kind of like the pink box phenomena. They really started to incorporate the pink, the girly pink vibe for Barbie. Yeah. They really were girlying it up, if that's a term. Yeah. So, 1977, iconic moment for most of us because this was the release of Superstar Barbie, the face we love, the doll we love, the pink-tastic world we want. Right? This is the starting point of the super pink glam Barbie life that most of us know. So immediately you see the superstar face kick off, and really they are keeping it to that face. 1978, fashion photo Barbie, I think, was the most iconic one for that year. You had a PJ and another one. The PJ got a reproduction last year, and yeah, I just love it when a doll line comes out and they actually have multiple versions of the doll and the outfit. So I love it when Barbie plus friends have the same outfit or slightly different but in different color palettes. I just love that so much, and it makes collecting them so fun. Which is something I am really missing in today's dolls. You just get dolls, but they're also uniquely different, which is of course also fun, but I don't know, I miss the cohesiveness of like a complete doll line, you know. It's so satisfying to me. Yeah. For some weird reason. I don't know why. 1979 was Kissing Barbie. Yeah, I think that was also a very iconic one for that year because she had these pouty lips. And was this the first time we saw the Steffi face, actually? I don't know, but it seems like it's a Steffi face, or it's just the classic Barbie face with really pouty lips. I can't really make it out, but she was kissing Ken, of course. I thought it was really cheeky. You know, today is just so, we're trying to stay away from all of the even slightest bit of sexualization on dolls. So this whole phenomena, I think it's very cute. But I think if this doll would be released today, it would cause quite a stir, actually. Maybe it also did back then, but let me know. Were you around during the release of this kissing Barbie, and did it create a stir? Yeah, so the 70s, what an iconic era. We saw vintage face Barbie, we saw Malibu faced Barbie, and superstar faced Barbie. Wow, what an era to be alive, right? So yeah, and from this era on, production really started to boom for Barbie. Yeah, they were really trying to amp up production here, and yeah, we are stepping into the 80s. Let's go. 1980 is going to start off iconically with the release of the official first Black Barbie. Yes, she is an icon. She is a hero, a shiro. She is that. Yes. I think we deserve an official reproduction of Miss Black Barbie. We got like an alteration or some sort of modern twist to the doll, but you know, forget the modern twist. I want her, and her in her form only. Yeah. So very iconic. Also 1981 Golden Dream Barbie, which was such an epic, iconically 80s moment. It is so high glam. It is so disco. It is so, you can see the glitters around her. You can see the disco lights shine on her. It is just all that. 1982 Pink and Pretty. This is a Barbie. Yeah. Pink, glamorous, blonde, big eyes, makeup, jewelry. She has it all. She has it all. And the most, you know, prominent thing is that she's looking very pink and very rich. Yeah, I think this is the era where Barbie really got rich. Well, literally, and also in her aesthetic. She is giving off, well, she was already giving that also in the 60s, if you ask me, but this time around, she is really like being full-on 80s richness. Yeah. Not even a teenage fashion model anymore. No, she is just the Countess of Malibu at this point. What, the mayor? No, she owns Malibu. She bought Malibu. Yeah. 1983, which is Dream Date Barbie, to me, the most iconic one of this year. A dream date with Ken, the dress that you could style in different ways, just the whole reusable thing with the fashion, you know, creating like multiple looks with 3 pieces of fashion was really the gimmick then. I am so loving that, and I wish they could bring that back, you know, to really add more play value to your doll, to the fashions. Now everything is just molded on, and yeah, that is what I miss when I look at these older dolls. Yeah. 1984, of course, iconically great shape Barbie. There were a lot of cute dolls, by the way, in 1984. So I can hear you screaming like, no, this doll, or no, it's her that you should name. But to me, and when I think of like non-doll people, this doll is instantly recognizable, also because of Toy Story. But this, you know, when you think of Barbie and you think of Halloween, now people probably go dress as Barbie the movie, Margot Robbie Barbie. But before that, people would actually use this look to present themselves as Barbie and to be recognizable as Barbie. So that's why I chose this doll. I mean, I love her. It's the sports era, I think, the 80s also. So of course she had to be like this super sporty, but also colorful and glam. I think this also came, this whole line came with like a really elaborate gym. It was really cool. Yeah. 1985, another year which it was impossible at this point. It is becoming impossible at this point to pick just a doll, because now every year dolls are they are spitting out legend after legend. So yeah, I had a hard time picking all these dolls. 1985, of course, again, iconically day to night, because people also know this doll. I love her. I have her. Reproducted, but okay with that. It's so 80s. It is so Barbie. It is so who goes to work in this outfit? Yeah, Barbie, of course. And she's like this Wonder Woman where she just takes off that blazer, rips out that skirt, throws it around, and it is an evening gown to go out to dinner with Ken. Ugh. I mean, shoot me now. It is just brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, obsessed with this doll. And of course, I could not leave out Peaches and Cream, because Peaches and Cream is just a Barbie dream on her own. Who would not dream of having Peaches and Cream in his or her collection? I have a dress. I have the dress, the Peaches and Cream dress, but it's ripped. It barely survived all of the play. So I know there's this 50th anniversary where they did all of like iconic Barbies and create like these super fun boxes for them. I really want that Peaches and Cream so bad. Oh my gosh. And I don't think I could even keep her in the box, because that dress needs air. That dress needs to flow. It needs to be light. It needs to be seen. Yeah. And of course, the 80s also had her own astronaut Barbie, remembering all of you guys and girls and everything in between, that you could be any freaking thing you want. To me, they send that out as a quick reminder, like, I'm still Barbie. I might be pink and a bit of a bimbo, but I could still be an astronaut. So, yes. 1986. Again, it's an impossible task now. Dream Glow Barbie, Barbie and the Rockers, of course, to compete with Jam and the Holograms. I think they beat them to it. Yeah, I think Mattel got note of Jam and the Holograms, quickly designed Barbie and the Rockers to be first one on the shelves before Jam and the Holograms came out with their own doll line. Yeah, how evil, right? How evil. Knowing that, a competitor is coming for you, even knowing about it and still beating them to market. Yeah, they were killing it in those days. 1987, it's Jewel Secrets Barbie. Yeah, with was it the introduction of Whitney? I don't know, but I cannot recall I saw Whitney before this time. Anyway, Jewel Secrets Barbie, I think a very beautiful Barbie. The whole line is amazing. Dr. Barbie, we saw Dr. Barbie before this time, but to me, she really is like the 80s Dr. Barbie. She was a surgeon, she was a nurse, all of that, but this really is like Dr. Barbie. Loving it. 1988, of course, it had to be Perfume Pretty Barbie, because if you're a collector and you especially collect 80s dolls, this one has to be almost kind of like in your top 5, especially Barbie. But again, Whitney with that blue version of that dress. I mean, Whitney is an iconic bestie at this point. Yeah, and she's more around than Midge, actually. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but anyway, Perfume Pretty. 1988 was also the year we got introduced to Holiday Barbie. Was that 1988 or was that 1989? I think 88, right? Yeah. With the really big red gown. And ever since that year, we are being treated to Holiday Barbies, which I think is a fun and very loving tradition. I'm always excited to see what this year's Christmas Barbie is going to be looking like. You know, we're not always happy with how they turn out, but it is a fun event and returning event for every year. 1989, the second superstar Barbie, but this time more as a movie star. I think that's the emphasis on this superstar Barbie. To me, iconically 80s. Also, I'm a late 80s kid, so I especially remember this doll. I remember even having her because, of course, Barbies came out a little later here in Europe than they did in the US. So a few years later, she was on our shelves. But yeah, the pinkness, the glam, the faux fur, yeah, it was everything. Yeah, so the 80s. The 80s, what an era. The era where the fashion got bigger and bigger. I also think they had their first fashion partnership in the 80s, which was 1984 with Oscar de la Renta, which did a whole series of fashions for Barbie, like in the fashion packs and all. Very 80s, very heavy on the shoulders. You know, big gowns, heavy materials, big bows, a lot of shiny gold, and yeah, very camp. Very, very camp. But I love it. And also Skipper got a new upgrade in the 80s. She got a really, really animated face with the huge eyes and that super adorable smile. I'm much more of a fan of a later version of the Skipper, but this is actually the Skipper that I grew up with, and I love her. I love Teen Sweetheart Skipper. She's so adorable. And she had so many fun looks also. I remember even having, I think, like Pet Pal Skipper, constantly trying on those clothes on Barbie and they just wouldn't fit. And I was always very frustrated about that because I always thought Skipper had the cutest clothes. Yeah. So that was sort of kind of like the 80s in a nutshell. It's time to enter one of my favorite eras, the 90s. So the 90s, a trademark of the 90s are these really bright pink boxes that they started using at the end of the 70s and throughout the 80s. But if you're talking about pink box dolls, you're talking about 80s, 90s dolls. The big logo on the front, and yeah. Let's just take a look at what the 90s had to offer. Starting with All Stars Barbie, this was a very fun doll line. I actually remember having the Barbie of this series because I recognized that leotard that she's wearing, and I pretty much love everything about this era. So I don't care if she's in like a plastic bag in a box. I just love 90s Barbies. Dance Magic Barbie, Costume Ball Barbie, you know, the big poofy gowns. Who does not love these big poofy gowns? The grand gala-ness of these dolls is just magnificent, really. Yeah, I just really love it. Also, the first Bob Mackie collectible doll dropped, you know, the one with the golden dress and that big faux fur thing that she had on her arm with a high Madonna-esque ponytail. So was she the start of collecting Barbie? No, I'm not sure. Benetton Barbie, 1991, very notable moment for the 90s because I think she was very popular and very popular among collectors. People really love the Benetton dolls. And myself included, I'm not so much of a color blocking person, so fashion-wise, it's cute, but I much more like the diversity of this Benetton line. Yeah. So 1991 was also the year of Wedding Party Midge. I mean, ask any 90s doll collector what's in their top 5, and I bet you that Wedding Party Midge is among those top 5. Maybe not all of them have, you know, like the big set in mind, but just the Wedding Midge. It's so fun and it's so epic, this whole set. I recently started hunting for this online and I saw it retail for, I think, about 300. Yeah. And I was really doubting if I should get it because it's so fun. Barbie with her bridesmaid's dress and are they calling her Kelly now? Okay. They're calling her Kelly in this set, actually. She's the flower girl. I thought it was Skipper. This is Skipper, right, guys? But if you look at the packaging, it says Kelly. Okay, what? Anyway, bridesmaids dresses, flower girl, Midge, who is just stunning in this set. She even comes with like a transforming gown, so you could remove the skirt, add the purple polka dot jacket, and it becomes like this, you know, dance number for the reception later that night. Yeah. Alan, who got actually he has the Ken screening, which Ken got later on in the 90s, but they now gave it to Alan, who they spelled Alan with 1 L instead of 2. So yeah. Okay, see, sometimes these Barbie facts are just like, what? Okay, where are we now? Yeah. Todd, who is the ring bearer, how adorable. And, of course, Ken, who's the best man. Oh my gosh, this set is just, yeah. Okay, over to 1992, which was, of course, the release of the ever so iconic, best-selling Barbie ever, Totally Hair Barbie. She is on everyone's list. Even if you just collect Siltstone Barbies or, I don't know, certain types of Barbies, Totally Hair is always in the back of your mind. I don't know what it is, but this doll is just, I think she gives everyone Barbie. When people think of Barbie, you know, much like the swimsuit, the first Barbie, people also always think of this doll. She is just so iconic. And was it the first time they actually gave us this length of hair? I think so. From this moment on, they really started producing more and more and more of long, lengthy hair dolls because the hair play was starting to become like really a thing now, which I'm happy for because I really love those long, lengthy hair. Also, Teen Talk Barbie was a big hit for myself. And she caused some controversy because she said that math class was tough and those type of like stereotypical mall girl things. Yeah, but that's, I mean, it's Barbie. It's just fun. And I mean, of course, math class is freaking tough. So the girl is right. And, you know, chill, guys. Barbie ran for president this year. Yes. And Barbie for president. Thank you. Yes, please. Girl, take that seat and just kill that toxic masculinity over there. Please. Yeah. And of course, Mermaid Barbie from 1992. Oh, she's in my heart forever. And she was and is still so pretty. So pretty. There's just not another word to describe this Mermaid Barbie. She is just so pretty. And, you know, the hair became a mess after a while. So that was kind of a bummer. So I think this was also a very good potential weird Barbie candidate. Because I think, yeah, the hair just got, with all of that tinsel, it just, yeah, it was out of control if you mess with it too much. 1993, are you still with me? Yeah. The dolls are just getting more and more and more by the year. It is crazy to keep up at this point. Earring Magic, Barbie and Ken and all of her friends. This doll line also, the Ken, this infamous gay Ken character, with his questionable necklace, his earring. It had all the features that, yeah, got a ton of media attention. But let Ken be Ken. I know, ugh, people are so narrow-minded, and especially back then, of course, and immediately, thinking like, oh, this is going to affect my kid. Yeah. Anyway, a very notable doll and iconic piece to add to your collection. Fountain Mermaid Barbie. This one also struck some memories for me because I remember always playing with my niece, getting our Barbies, and she had Fountain Mermaid Barbie, and she had pink hair. She was the first Barbie I saw that had pink hair. Ever since then, I was obsessed with dolls who had pink hair. Yeah. And she's just so gorgeous. And the hair is long. And Hollywood hair Barbie. Yeah. I had Teresa as a kid. I had that Teresa in my hand, I think, throughout whole of 1993. And by the end of 1993, I brushed that poor Teresa so much that she didn't have any hair left on her head. But I was, oh my gosh, was I in love with her. So this hair had this special texture. So you could spray like this stuff with like molds, like stars or heart shapes, to spray that into her hair. But that texture got really frizzy and crunchy. So, and it also really easily broke the hair off. So, yeah. Glitter hair Barbie, another hair play doll, this time with glitter gel. I can even remember the smell of that gel and the product that she comes with. Yeah. My room was a mess because of this. A total mess, because I would, of course, would totally be not efficient with this gel, and it would be everywhere. Yeah. And also notable, I really loved like the beach series of this era. So for instance, this whole Sun Jewel line, and then you had, I think, Sun Sensational, Pearl Beach, Glitter Beach, something beach. Very fun to get your first Barbie doll in this form, because you could choose either ethnicity you like or you identify with, and I love that about this whole beach series. And I actually want to collect all of the Sun Jewel girls, I think, and boys. Yeah. Because I have most memories of those dolls, especially because of those stickers. Yeah, I would always take those stickers and put them on my earlobes. Yeah. Okay. I gotta stretch here before we continue.
Okay. I really gotta stretch my neck here and
1995, Cotton Style Barbie. Who does not know her? She is the ultimate weird Barbie candidate for sure, and I think the doll that ended up being the most weird Barbie. Because she encouraged cutting her hair. So I bet the majority of these dolls ended up bald. Yeah. Poor cut and style Barbie. It was destiny written for her to become weird Barbie, for sure. Loving the outfit. I was obsessed with it. I wanted it in every color, and I had the redhead of this series, and she came with this all green outfit. Yeah, obsessed. 1995 also was the year Skipper got an upgrade in her face. This is the Skipper face I really love. And you know why? Because it reminds me of Tori. Tori from Generation Girl. If you know, you know. She's kind of like the miniature Tori version for me. And I don't know, the eyes are smaller. I love the cute mouth. It's not so animated. Yeah, I just really love this Skipper face. So I just took this Pizza Party Skipper as an example because I think she was the first who sported this face. Baywatch Barbie. Oh my gosh. Did you guys watch those series religiously? I did. Every night after dinner, Baywatch was on, and we were all ready for that series. It was, oh my gosh, so many memories. I loved it so much. Now, of course, I know why my brother loved it so much. But I was just really there for the adventures. I remember always hoping that they somehow would include a mermaid in an episode. I don't know why, but everything that revolves around the sea, the ocean, or whatever, I would usually watch and be totally a fan of, always hoping they would include a mermaid theme at some point. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was a tough bubble because I never saw a mermaid, of course, on Baywatch, but 1996, jewel hair mermaid Barbie. I think she literally is like a Barbie elder god by now. Yeah. Just because she is so loved by us all. She is literally dressed in gold. She's wearing a crown. Her hair is just majestic. It is the longest Barbie hair we ever had. And she literally is a Barbie goddess. Yeah. So if I imagine myself like this tribunal of ancient Barbie gods, she would be among those gods. Yeah. And you guys can fill in the rest, but who do you guys think would be like the ultimate Barbie elder gods? Those are fun thoughts, so share them in the comments with me. Okay, Pink Splendor Barbie, she was the most expensive Barbie, so here we do have a collector Barbie. Most expensive, I think she retailed for $900 when she released in 1996. Also because, did she have like real Swarovski stones on her dress? I think so, yeah. But to be honest, when I looked at the dress and pictures of the dress, yes, it is big, but it kind of looked like an AliExpress dress to me. And you know what did it? The lacing at the bottom of the dress, which is so enormously big, it really killed the rich, silky vibe for me on the dress. Yeah. So, that. Moving on to 1997, where we started seeing more tech from Barbie. So this time it is Talk With Me Barbie. We just want to keep on chatting with this girl. And they keep forcing us to talk with Barbie through different mechanisms. Yeah, it is actually really funny when you think about it. Talk With Me Barbie. Now you can program me to talk and we can play. Okay, so I didn't know exactly how this worked. Probably it came with a CD that you could, put in your personal computer, and then you could program your own sentences for Barbie. So you could kind of like make up what you would say. Is that the gimmick here? Anyway, she also had this mechanic in her face that her mouth would really move, which was super freaky. Yeah. Hula hair Barbie, who did not love that girl. I was obsessed with those sunset colored hairdos. I remember the skirt, and I remember holding it at first, loving it so much, but after a week, this skirt was a mess. Yeah, that was really a shame about this thing. But I think I do have her in box now, but I would love to unbox one and to have her like just perfect. Although I was not a fan of those hobbit feet that she had here. I don't know why they did that, but every articulated Barbie doll got these hobbit feet. Yeah, weird. Also, Teen Skipper. I think this is the first time we saw Teen Skipper here in 1997 with that doll. I mean, that face. One of my favorite faces for the whole Barbie universe. Really, it is so cute. It is so sweet. It even reminds me of the current Odile face. It is just, I love Teen Skipper and her fashions and her whole life. Yeah. 1998, Beyond Pink. Think pink is your favorite color, girl. Yeah, oh, that song stuck to my head for so long. I didn't actually really like the dolls, but I really love the song. Beat Blast Barbie is, I think, also a very iconic Barbie for that year because I think she was very popular because a lot of you know and want and love Beat Blast Barbie. Because of the Mackie face, because of the long lengthy hair, she had a cute outfit. She was just all fun. Same goes for twirling makeup Barbie. You know, makeup in her skirt, it was cute. And this doll had some really cute hair and a really cute makeup. Like really so cute, pastel-y, soft colored makeup. Loved this doll so much. I do remember my niece having her, and actually kind of like a hazard with this doll was that the makeup inside the dress would get everywhere because, you know, kids. So also a very good candidate for turning into a weird Barbie. Yeah. Then we come to the end of the 90s, 1999. We are stepping into Y2K, stepping into the tech era. We saw Generation Girl come to life, Barbie.com. Who did not spend hours on that website? And Generation Girl. I mean, we first saw the Generation Girl face here, which is also one of my favorite faces for Barbie. Butterfly art Barbie's also very popular doll for that year. We saw Barbie celebrate her 40th anniversary with I think the first like reimagined dress based off the black and white bathing suit, which was that dress. And it also came with that Bumblebee 40th anniversary, which is a very pretty doll. I have her inboxed, treasured on my desk. I really love her. She had the Mackie face and cool clips Barbie. Again, super long hair, which we love. And the Generation Girl face, of course. Also a very popular and iconic doll for this year. But I think most notable actually is, of course, 40th anniversary, but the Generation Girls. We loved them. It was all different girls. You could identify with either or anyone. They all had their own unique styles. The fashions were amazing. The quality was amazing on these dolls. They came with so many fun accessories, not only an extra outfit, but also the cutest accessories to create like super cute storylines. Yeah. I was obsessed with Generation Girls. The whole Generation universe actually didn't last that long. I think only about 2 to 3 years max, because you had this line, the starting Generation Girl line. Then I think in 2000 came Dance Party, which had a whole series of dolls, and then the My Room series, and a few fashion packs, maybe a car, I don't know. But that's about it. Yeah. So, which is such a shame, actually. And there must be an explanation why they ended this line then. But yeah. I still don't know exactly why they ended it so soon. Anyway, the 90s. What an era. Right? I mean, the era of long, lengthy hair play, messy hair, and a lot of potential weird Barbie candidates. So we are in the 2000s, the tech era, the Generation Girl face era, the movie era. Whew, yeah, get ready because we're not done yet. So 2000, again, collectible doll here. This was the start of Barbie fashion model collection dolls, which are the Silkstone Barbies. Glam and Groom Barbie, Pajama Fun, Skipper, and Barbie and Friends. So many cute doll lines in this year, and Barbie ran for president again. This time around, she would try to run for the title every 4 years, I think, yeah. But this Hillary Clinton moment here, I love it. I love it when Barbie gets all, formal and corporate. Let's just say that. I just love me a corporate Barbie. Yeah. Businesswoman vibes. I'm here for it. Glam and Groom, those dolls are super cute. But I also have to admit that this was the first Barbie line where we started seeing some really weird wonkiness on Barbie. I think, yeah. Because there are a lot of really weird cross-eyed versions of Glam and Groom Barbie, actually. Yeah. 2001 was the release of Barbie in the Nutcracker, her first movie. Yeah, what a moment. It is one of many classics, and I think in total, how many movies are there now in total? About 50? Or are we hitting 50 now? I'm not sure, but a lot. So 2001 was the year of Nutcracker. I was obsessed with the doll. It brings me so many Christmas memories because I think it was released around Christmas time, and I remember getting the doll. I remember getting the DVD, maybe even VHS. I don't know. I think DVD, yeah. Really, really being totally into this movie and saw it like at least 100 times. So, yeah. And I think so many of you too. Jewel Girl Barbie, Gem and Glam, of course, with the turning head sculpt where you could change her hair color. Yeah, and Jewel Girl actually had that really weird rubbery flexible tummy where she could really just like move around. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know why they didn't decide on doing like a dance theme Barbie, but they decided on doing like a jewel theme. Because you got like these jewel stickers that you could put onto that skirt that she's wearing, or on yourself, or on the jacket, that. We are stepping into 2002, where we saw Barbie as Rapunzel, which was also a very fun movie, and I also watched this one a lot. And I remember getting this doll immediately when it came out, because I needed this lengthy hair, of course, on Barbie. And I thought the dress was really cute. I just really loved the whole fairy tale vibe in this whole setting. And yeah, I was here for it. Absolutely. Yeah. Then this was also the year for the mermaid fantasy dolls. Now, if you're a Barbie mermaid lover, these dolls are on your top 3 list, I bet, because these ones have the best mermaid tails that are out there. They're the best that they're out there, but they don't, they didn't survive the decade too well, especially if you played with them, because it is kind of like this rubbery texture that rips really easily. So I think in time, these tails will probably not survive. But at the time, they were so nice because it really had that fishy feeling. And when you pressed the hips, the tail would actually flip. It was a real mermaid. So fun. And, not unlike these super stiff, heavy, thick plastic molded tails that we have now. 2002 was also the year of My Scene, oh my gosh, which are getting a return by the end of this summer. I cannot wait to see what we're getting. I hope just really like straight on reproductions. Same with Bratz. Yeah. I love My Scene. It gave me SingStar vibes. It gave me Hat Candy vibes because of the animation that they use for these dolls. I don't know if you're familiar with Hat Candy, but that was kind of like a disco club in Ibiza, and it had that whole artwork always on their CDs. Yeah, and SingStar on PlayStation actually had that whole same vibe. So it brings me back to SingStar. Yeah. 2003, Hello Midge, Hello Pregnant Midge. She was part of the Happy Family series, which is very, very cute. But this pregnant midge caused some unneeded commotion. I mean, why the heck can't a doll be pregnant? I mean, girls dream about that all the time. So why, they even they might even see their mom getting pregnant or an aunt or, what is so wrong with having a doll that is possibly pregnant? I just cannot understand. Yeah, it probably promotes teen pregnancy. I think that was the issue here, but come on. Anyway, Swan Lake. Probably my favorite Barbie movie, next to Princess and the Pauper. I was just really obsessed with this doll and her flaming, lighting up wings. Wow. Yeah, what else is there to say? I mean, Swan Lake, she is the pastel perfect image. She is a fairy tale. She is glittery. She is pastel. She is a big poofy gowned. She has wings. I mean, she checks all the boxes for me. And 2004 was also the year of the California girl Barbie. Yeah. So it's kind of like Malibu, but then like in another jacket, as we say it here. But I really love this line. I just love that whole beachy, sun-tanned theme. I love the fashion. It is very giving me Abercrombie and Fitch. But I am really loving this. And I think this is also the time where she started to drift away from Ken a bit. Because later on, because Blaine would be introduced. He was already part of the Generation Girl party, which did not include Ken, by the way, but only Blaine. Ken was included in this batch, but also Blaine. Ken had some competition here, and I think she actually ended up with Blaine and got rid of Ken. Yeah. While I'm retouching my lips. I mean, that is some tea, right? Okay, 2004 Fashion Fever. Yeah. This is kind of where I started to drift away from Barbie. Yeah, I think. Because this was the time I was really like getting into high school. So of course, playing with dolls was not cool. So yeah. And I really am so regretting the fact that I did not get me some Fashion Fever dolls because these girls are it. I am loving like the tubes. I'm loving the fashion. I'm loving the faces on these dolls. I do think their heads are somewhat bigger for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. These dolls are just amazing. Amazing. And you hold a pretty nice treasure if you have managed to collect most of them. Yeah. I imagine looking at a collection of someone who has all of these Fashion Fever dolls, that must look so satisfying seeing all of those tubes alongside each other. Yeah. Okay. Again, Barbie ran for president here. Loving, again, the corporate moment that she's having. I love that super cute scarf that she has around her neck. And she also came with like this super cute leather purse. She was really giving girl boss power lady here. Yeah. Much more than the 2001. Remember the one in the blue corporate vibe thing? Yeah. 2004 was the year of Princess and the Pauper, probably the most popular dolls of this era, I think. People are always on the lookout for Princess Annalise or Princess Erica doll. And once they pop up online, they're always around $200 to $300 or euros or whatever currency, but around that price. Yeah, they're just really, really popular. And I can see why, because these are just very pretty dolls. And the movie is so cute. It has the most iconic songs, you know. You're just like me, I'm just like you. La 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 la. Yeah, the worst singer ever. But, you know, it's a movie where I instantly know a song. Most of those movies, I'm not even sure what songs are in them. But in this movie, I instantly know that song. Also, 2004 was Barbie Fairytopia. Well, I was always very much into fairy tales and everything, so Fairytopia for me was just so cute. And these sparkle fairies were everything. I loved them. And the mermaids that they released later on had also the prettiest mermaid designs. I remember the blue Kayla doll. Oh my god, I was obsessed with her. Yeah. I actually managed to, I think, rebody her at the time with a Hollywood Nails Barbie. Yeah. Hollywood Nails also had this articulated body, but without the super hobbit flat feet. So she just had normal Barbie feet who could wear heels. So, yeah, I think I rebodied her with that doll to create like a posable fashion model / magical girl. Yeah. 2005 was the year of Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus. Cute, very cute, very pastel-y, cloudy, dreamy. But at this point, Barbie started getting like this big head thing. So they stuck with the Generation Girl face, but somehow her head got bigger. I don't know what that was all about, but it was not the Generation Girl that I knew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cute movie, but this really was the time where I was drifting away from Barbie, so I don't really have active memories of these dolls. My scene came with the ever so popular My Bling Bling. If you're a diehard My Scene collector, this is the one that's on your watch list. We saw the American Idol Barbie, which had this super weird body, which was in this everlasting show stage performing pose, which I really do have a problem with. I love the doll, don't get me wrong, but she always has to be in this pose, always. So she is always performing. Yeah. So, why? 2006 was the year of the Barbie Diaries, which had some really cute dolls and cute fashions. Really cute fashions. It was, you know, this was the Y2K era where we saw low-rise jeans, skirts over them, you know, bolero vests, spaghetti tops, belly buttons, that sort of thing. Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses was also released this year. I have to admit, I have never seen this movie. Yeah, am I a bad Barbie fan? I know. And what I thought was very notable and super funny for this year was the My Scene Fab Expressions dolls. So they had this gimmick at the back where you could press like an emotion. So they had like these smiley faces that showed which emotion the face would give. And then the face would turn to that emotion, which created the most weird and possessed-like faces. Do not tell me that you ever thought, like, oh, yeah, this is really, yeah, this is my doll being angry and I am not creeped out by this. What? How did this even came to production? I do not understand. Like, when they were trying out these dolls, did none of them say, okay, guys, I mean, I really appreciate the effort here, but this is creepy. We cannot put this on the shelves. Wasn't there anyone say... Yeah, anyway, it's just funny. I want myself a My Scene Fab Expressions doll now because I want to be creeped out in real life by these faces. 2006 was also the year that Barbie Fairytopia expanded their universe with Mermaidia. Now, this one I do remember. You know, I always had this side eye towards Barbie, you know, even though I wasn't into them in that era, but this I knew about. Yeah, I thought these mermaids were really cute. Not as cute as Mermaid Fantasy or the Fairytopia mermaids, but cute. And this is where you started seeing Barbie use like the molded on top thing. Yeah, that when I first saw that, I was like, uh. And you know, if you grew up with the molded on tops, I don't think you're just as bothered. But you know, for us collectors out there or Barbie lovers that are used to Barbie having, you know, everything real or everything fabric, this was like, okay, so now she's like an action figure? What's this? Yeah. 2007 was the year for Barbie as the Island Princess. Also did not watch this movie. No. Fashion Fever got an upgrade. They got carton boxes. And again with that talking mechanism, they just want to keep you talking with Barbie. Chat Divas was also this gimmick where you could, I think, attach her to your iPod or something and make her say things, use her as a speaker. I don't know. It seems like from this point on, they would always release like a tech Barbie for the year. Usually it would involve Barbie talking, Barbie using as a speaker, Barbie using as a camera, that sort of thing. But we're going to see some other examples later on. But it was really like a standard feature now that they would want to release a tech Barbie every year. But again, she had that weird mechanism in her face where she could actually move with her lips, I think. Yeah. It's comment down below if you have experienced this firsthand and how that aged. Do you still have those dolls and are their faces totally messed up now? You know, what's the tea on these dolls? Also Beach Glam Barbie with the Hobbit feet. You know, we got rid of the 90s Hobbit feet, but now these girls return with their Hobbit feet. Like, what is up with that? They cannot put on a single Barbie shoe. I don't think they even made shoes for these feet. So these girls always had to be bare feet. Again, a moment where I think, did no one at Mattel think, like, guys, should we do this? Who thought this was a good idea? Who? Right? I mean, yeah. If I ever step into a Mattel office and get a chance to talk with some executive people over there, these are questions that I really want to ask them. We are stepping into 2008. We see Barbie Mariposa, Barbie in the Diamond Castle. The molded on thing continues. Barbie, yeah, these movie Barbies. Barbie Mariposa is cute, but the Diamond Castle girl, yeah. If you grew up with her or this movie, this might have sentimental value and you might love her, but I just cannot with this. No. Fashion Fever actually had some super cute boxes and fashions, but they all had that glittery background. I really remember those on the shelves back then. President Barbie, of course, we see her back again. Yeah. She went from like glam corporate or like really, you know, New York corporate to like, I don't know, like catalog corporate. What? Yeah. Barbie and Me was also a thing that back then. I actually did not know about these dolls, but they have some very cute fashions. Look at those jeans on those dolls. It was really cute. Yeah. I'm loving the jackets. Yeah. What I'm not loving in this whole era of Barbie is that her head, to me, exploded gradually in the years of the 2000s. Yeah. Let's move over to 2009, where we got introduced to the Barbie fashionistas, the drag queen era of Barbie, as some of you might say. Yeah. But I think these dolls are super cute. Always came with like an articulated body, which is super cute because you could pose them in 100,000 ways. It added to the play value. I do think their hair was always like super glued, which was nah, not cute. But Barbie just kind of like, became more Barbie in 2009. That's so weird to say, yeah. But I thought it was a really fun concept back then because the fashionistas had their own personalities. So you had like cutie, sweetie, sassy, artsy, and I think Ken was called hottie. I thought that was just hilarious. So, and with those personalities came different styles, of course. So very cute outfits, and the early days of the Barbie fashionistas are very adorable. Introduced in 2009. The Three Musketeers, again, a movie I did not watch. So, yeah. Have to say, I love history. So I love kind of like the history inspired outfits of these dolls. But that's all I'm able to say about these dolls. Yeah. And the Barbie Then and Now. I think she's also very notable for that year because we are celebrating Barbie's 50th, of course, in 2009. So they did like all these reproductions for Barbie's 50th anniversary. So they reproduced like the first Barbie, Superstar Barbie, Peaches and Cream Barbie, Barbie and the Rockers, all of the Barbies throughout the decades. And as a special treat, they also released this play line bathing suit Barbie, where she got an upgrade. The bathing suit became a bikini with some Barbie pink accents because, of course, the first Barbie era did not have all of that pinkness that Barbie has today. So they added the pink, the Mackie face, still sporting the bangs and the Barbie ponytail. It is a very iconic doll and very sought after by collectors. So 2009 was also the year we got to see So In Style dolls. Now this is super cute. I am loving this, and it was all designed by Stacy McBride Irby, and she designed like this base of girls, which I think it first revolved around Grace, Trishelle, and Cara, and they had these little sisters. So they would always be packaged with their little sister. But I remember really gravitating toward these boxes, and I was not into Barbie then, but I saw these dolls on the shelves and was like, I might not want to miss out on this. Yeah, because I thought the fashions always looked so cute on them. And I was, just struck by the beauty of the faces of these dolls. Yeah, 2009. So In Style Sis. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant name for this whole brand. Yeah. So this was the Y2K era. Wow. The movie era. The era of the Generation Girl face, but also new faces. Very gradually, she became drag queen Barbie in her early 10s phase with the introduction of Barbie fashionistas. With a slightly bigger head. If you look at from the beginning to the end of Y2K, her head slightly grew, which is a weird thing actually, but yeah. Let's go over to the 10s. So 2010, my gosh, are you still with me? If you are, you must really love Barbie, or you're just really just having fun chatting Barbie with me over here. So thank you for sticking around. And 2010, yeah, still into the movies, and this time around they were really amping up the movie thing here. It was like 2 to 3 movies a year. It's crazy. So we're starting off with Barbie in a Fashion Fairy Tale, again molded on tops. Her head kind of shrunk again now. Yeah. I do think those fairy pixies in the bottom there, they're so adorable. So I really love that they kind of remind me of Novi stars. I don't know if you guys see the exact same thing here, but yeah, it's cute. And she got back together with Ken. Yeah. So I don't know if there was ever an official break up point in Barbie history. There must have been. But I think during the time of Cali Girl, where she got into Blaine. Yeah. But Blaine is gone. Ken came back in the picture and he started winning back Barbie's heart again. So they released a special packaging release of Barbie accepting Ken's love again. Yeah. Adorable. Adorable. So the tech Barbie of that year was Video Girl Barbie, which was very controversial also. I don't know actually why it was so controversial, but you could upload it somehow or whatever. Yeah. It was a thing and people were not happy. She was also in the Barbie movie, right? Yeah. So Video Girl Barbie, then we had Barbie in a mermaid tail. Yeah. Again, Hobbit feet. So we saw a slight return of those. This Barbie actually had tattoos. Wow. 2011. Now, I think many of you are going to freak out about Barbie and Princess Charm School. I think you guys, this was a very popular movie back then. And people loved these dolls. Looking at them now, I'm definitely agreeing. Do not love the princess version of the doll, but definitely loving this cool version of the doll. Yeah, super cute. It was also the year for Barbie, A Perfect Christmas. I am loving this whole pink-tastic vibe of Barbie here. She is so pink. She is so glam. You know, a lot of jewelry, a lot of, you know, faux furs, gowns, a lot of pink and bows. So the 2010s really started off strong with this. Yeah. 2012 was Barbie, Princess and the Pop Star. Meh. It was kind of like a different Princess and a Popper vibe, only like in this pop star-ish vibe. I don't know. It's, yeah. Molded on tops, yeah. Again, maybe if you grew up with the quality of these Barbies, you're not as bothered, but if you compare them to the dolls that you're used to when you grew up in the 90s, yeah. Enough said, right? She ran for president again. I think this is also a very notable doll. She is just, I don't know, I saw her on so many commercial things, posters and such, that this doll is just stuck to my Barbie Rolodex when I think of dolls. But it was also the starting point of the I Can Be series. So, of course, we knew Barbie had like 100 careers, but this time they really made a series of I Can Be, you know, a pet vet, a dentist, an archaeologist, you know, all different varieties of jobs and careers. 2013 Barbie Life in the Dream House, in my opinion, the best Barbie animation that there is. I am such a fan of this series. I even watched this with friends or non-doll people, and we all laughed out loud. This is so funny, so sarcastic. I love the whole dynamic between Barbie and Raquel. It is fun for new Barbie lovers, old Barbie lovers. It has the elements of older Barbies, but also, you know, themes of new modern day Barbies. It is it. And I need this to come back in this exact same format because I was not done with this. I needed more episodes, and I don't know who wrote all this, but it was hilarious, really. And I still watch this show sometimes when I am having a bad day. This can instantly get me into a good mood. I'm just so loving this series, and I love the dolls. Which, if you have the dolls, you might want to hold on to them because people really do love these dolls, and they are worth quite a penny now on the secondhand market. 2013, also spawning movies here. Barbie in pink shoes, Barbie Mariposa and the Fairy Princess, Barbie and her sisters in a ponytail. None of them have been seen by me. But they look like a fun bunch of girls if you look at them in a group like that. Loving those dramatic butterfly wings. Wow. Yeah, that is something. That is cute. I would have loved that as a kid. Yeah, also 2013 was the year of Barbie style. No, not the Barbie style that we know today, but these dolls are kind of like these, they had fashionista bodies, but they were more deluxe, and they had this extra articulation in the wrist and in their feet later on. I remember that. Not in their feet, but in their ankles. Yeah, so they came in a variety of very fun fashions, and these were cute dolls. Wow, yeah. I remember there's a midge in this series, super cute. And they sometimes were also kind of inspired by Barbie Life in the Dream House. So they mimicked some fashions from those episodes. And also this color-changing mermaid that was released this year was also very cute. Yeah. So I just wanted to put her in there so you wouldn't forget about her, because she is an iconic mermaid also in Barbie history. Okay, then we have 2014, 2015. So Barbie and the Secret Door, Barbie and the Pearl Princess, molded on top. So meh. The mermaid is definitely, this is, yeah, not the best that they put out there. The tech Barbie of that year, Hello Barbie. Yeah, again, this was some sort of feature where you could also kind of program her. I don't know. It was a whole campaign around her. I remember that. There were three variations. But also, again, this was not received well. And maybe by this time, after 10 years of trying, they kind of were like, maybe we should stop the whole tech thing on Barbie, and maybe we should stop forcing people to talk with Barbie in that way. The Barbie Fashionistas got an upgrade in 2015. Super adorable. Who could not love these? They added more diversity, more skin tones, more eye colors, hair colors, and such. 2015, Barbie in Rock and Royals and Barbie in Princess Power. Yeah, I don't know. It was not my thing. No, not either of these movies, not either of the dolls. But in terms of Playline dolls, these series had the most dolls. And Barbie Life in the Dream House actually had a special episode with Fifth Harmony, and they released Fifth Harmony as Barbie dolls. Super cute. So they were really hot back then, and of course I was a major fan of Camilla because she was the cute one of the bunch. Same with the Spice Girls. I love Baby Spice, of course. So she was kind of like the Baby Spice of Fifth Harmony, so that's really cute. 2016 was the year of Starlight Adventure, Barbie and her sisters in a puppy chase, and Barbie's Spy Squad, and the starting point of Barbie Dreamtopia. Yeah. Now, this time around, they added the tech to Barbie Starlight Adventure because she had, I think, some sort of like drone version where she could actually fly on this drone thing, which you could remote control. Barbie and her sisters in a puppy chase was actually a really cute movie, and I did watch that one. I think the dolls are cute, very overall adorable. Same goes for Barbie Spy Squad. Also really enjoyed that movie, actually, which I did not expect. But the dolls, this is just one big action figure chunk of plastic. Barbie just only has this piece of fabric wrapped around her, which is being this coat. Yeah. Barbie Dreamtopia dolls, they were introduced. Wasn't loving them at first. So they set them up as this new fairy tale division for Barbie, revolving around Chelsea, Barbie's sister, who are having all of these Dreamtopia dreams. and encounter all of these magical beings like princesses, fairies, and mermaids, so they could be released as dolls. I think this had an animated series on YouTube. Yeah. So 2016 was the year of the body. Yeah. She was on the cover of Time because because they introduced the new body types for Barbie, which was petite, tall, curvy, and original. So for the first time ever, there was a curvy Barbie. Well, next to the Rosie O'Donnell doll that was released in the 90s. This was like the first official Barbie that was named Barbie, who was curvy. Yeah. A very notable moment in Barbie history because she embraced the diversity of different body types. The Fashionista line really expanded on this and created even more skin tone versions, more ethnicities, more cultures, and more identification with dolls. You know, it was really important, and it is really important, to have a doll or see dolls or toys on the shelves that look like you and not only this stereotypical perfect image that society has forced upon you. So I think it's great. I am so relieved that these dolls are on the shelves today. And even though I love me some stereotypical old style Barbie, don't get me wrong, it's the year of the body, and we also saw the arrival of the made to move Barbie, which changed everything. Yes, especially in doll photography. Oh my gosh. So I started collecting back in 2015, but when Made to Move came around, it really skyrocketed for me because I remember getting these dolls. I remember getting Barbie and getting Teresa, or the brunette girl of this line, and I was obsessed with the functionality of this body, and I could not wait to create other dolls with this body. So the head swapping thing became big booming business. This was the time people were massively getting fashionistas a made to move body, and the whole head swapping thing became, yeah, it was born when made to, well, of course it already existed, but I mean, you could now create your favorite doll and, you know, using a made to move body with a fashionista, or, you know, all kinds of combinations you could think of, or maybe even a collectible doll that you love. It created endless matching possibilities. And I am so happy that this body arrived. So 2017 was the year of Barbie Dolphin Magic, Barbie Video Game Hero, which would be the last of the movies, I think. Well, not the last, but I think they were going to be silent with movies for about 2 years from this point on. Yeah. Barbie Video Game Hero is actually a really fun movie also. I really enjoyed me that. And I really thought the dolls were so adorable. They were very heavily, of course, like kind of, you know, kawaii influenced. So that made them really fun for me. I really loved that. And Barbie Dolphin Magic, yeah, it was again about that girl who was on the beach having an encounter with ocean life and the mermaid. I don't know, it was just not original, and I was bored. Yeah. And also bored by the dolls. So 2017 was also the year for the new body types for Ken. We got to see a broad Ken and a slim Ken. Strangely enough, there wasn't like a tall, extra tall Ken, or yeah, I don't know. These were the two types. And people were kind of like joking, like, oh, Ken's got a dad bod, and the slim Ken is twin Ken. Yeah. And people always have to be opinionated, but I mean, it's also nice that they also included Ken in this whole format of, you know, body positivity. So yeah, really happy they did that. And what I can also remember about 2017 is that Barbie and the Rockers came to I think, Target exclusive. And these dolls were only available in the US because I never ever saw them here in Europe. And people were obsessed with this blonde afro girl. And it was also the first time they used like an old Barbie line's name, creating totally new modern dolls under that name. People were pissed. People thought they would be getting reproductions or whatever, but no, these were just new style Barbie and the Rockers dolls. And yeah, people said, people constantly compared them to each other, and it was a whole mess. Yeah, it was a whole mess. Then 2018, we had the arrival of Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures. Barbie already started vlogging, by the way, I think in 2015. But now there's also Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures, where we see Barbie alongside her family, and even actually both her parents, which we never saw. Nikki, Daisy, which was her new friend, the curvy friend with the pink hair. 2018 was also the year where they introduced the Inspiring Women series. Now, these would be great women in history who achieved, good things through art, science, fashion, all those type of things. So they started off with Amelia Earhart, who was, I think, the first female pilot. I'm not sure. Frida Kahlo, who was an artist, and Katherine Johnson. Was she a journalist or a nurse? I'm not sure. Barbie Skipper Babysitters Inc., those dolls were everywhere on the shelves. I remember that vividly. And there were some very cute variations for Skipper's Universe, which they added. So adorable. I love that guy in the series. And also, what came out this year was Barbie Color Surprise, the girl with the pastel colored hair, which I used a lot actually in my early days on Instagram and my photographs. I would always use her, and she's one of my favorite dolls from the 10s era. So 2019 already, yes, the introduction of BMR 1959. People had lots of opinions about this doll line. But we saw, I think, the first made-to-move Ken body, I think. Yeah. And this Ken actually had makeup on. So, yeah. Another step in inclusivity, which I love. The fashions on these dolls, yeah. I am totally not into this, but I did love the variations on these dolls. So, yeah. I loved the Millie screening also for this doll, actually. So Barbie turned 60 this year, and I remember that campaign vividly. Like, this logo, and it was on everything. It was, yeah. They had so many fun merchandise for the 60th anniversary. Of course, the celebratory doll that you see, and the Barbie fashionistas actually got more inclusive with a wheelchair fashionista and prosthetic legs. So each year they would try to come up with other inclusivity themes for the fashionistas to add them to their ever-expanding line of inclusive dolls. So cute. And Merman Ken, of course, which was a very big highlight of that year. And Cookie Swirl C Barbie. Wow, the first Barbie inspired by a YouTuber, influencer, or whatever. I thought that was just the cutest thing, and just think of how she must have felt seeing her Barbie come to life, or getting her own Barbie. That's like the highest goal you could go for as a collector and dollfluencer. Yeah. So yeah, that was the 10s, which was the arrival of Millie, actually. And I didn't actually even mention that, but I think the official use of the Millie sculpt was in 2015 when they started the Barbie Fashionistas and the Hello Barbie, actually. Yeah. So the arrival of Millie, that is what I call the 2010s. It was the era also of the many movies and the era of the body. We saw more body types. We saw made-to-move bodies. We saw inclusivity in the fashionistas. It's an interesting decade for Barbie, and definitely one where there are a lot of social movements, and that's so fun that you could really see that translated through a doll line. And then we arrive in the 2020s, and I'm gonna leave it at this, you guys. I'm just, I can't anymore. Princess Adventure, the arrival of Barbie Extra. Oh my gosh, were we all obsessed with Barbie Extra? Barbie Extra gave me the kick drive to start my channel. The Barbie Extra line really helped me develop my channel. So yeah, I always think about that when I see these girls. It was also the final year for the Barbie Silkstone collection. So this was the final doll to celebrate 20 years of Barbie Fashion Model collection. But no fear, because it will return this year. Again, she started campaigning for another presidency. This time around, she came with like this whole campaign team. It really cute. It reminds me of Paris Hilton's Vote or Die campaign, which was also freaking hilarious. But yeah, it's the 2020s, the start of a new era for Barbie, and an era that has just begun. So yeah, I just cannot wait to see what the 20s will bring us, and especially if we're gonna see a new face for Barbie, an official new face. Because let's also not forget that we also saw the introduction of Brooklyn Barbie, which was in 2021. So maybe they might see that as, you know, a new Barbie face. Yeah, but I think Millie, after serving us for so many years, she needs to be updated, for sure. So that was 6 decades of Barbie dolls. Oh my gosh. I mean, there are so many dolls that I did not mention. I really tried to condense this. Otherwise, this video would be like endlessly long. But I still hope you enjoyed this video and had a lovely trip down memory lane. And I hope I unlocked some memories over there in that Barbie brain. So of course, let me know down in the comments if I did succeed, and share with me, of course, your favorite Barbie memories that you think of while watching this video. I had a lot of fun researching, and it definitely sparked some memories. And along the way, of course, as always, I managed to add another 100 dolls to my wish list. So I hope you all have a lovely day. Mwah! Big kisses from me, and I'll see you all next week. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified by any new videos that I upload. You can also follow me on Instagram at Barbination. That's usually where I post all of my updates. Until the next video, mwah, mwah, mwah. Big kisses from me, and I love you all.